Yo, what's happening, everybody? Today is Sunday, April 12th, 2015. Winding down at 700 Church Street, number 404. Let me do this. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. All right, so today, soap is going to be the original Barrister and Mann lime lavender cedarwood. This stuff is wondrous. Love it. Oh man, I love it. Today's brush we're going to be going with, because I got it back in the mail the other day, Chubby 2 Super. Actually, this isn't super. This is mega. Is what the fuck this hair is. So that's the brush. Today's razor is going to be the Wolfman Open Comb WR1-OC Open Comb on a WRH2 handle, I think it is. The blade that's going to be in there. This is a new one for me. I've never used one of these before. Just got it in the mail the other day. Got a Sputnik. Russian blades are mega cheap right now on the eBay. So, yeah, they're mega cheap. Let's get this show on the dang old road, huh? Smells good. Man, that smells good. And I actually was a little bit late to the party on this one. Really didn't concern myself with grabbing it. With grabbing one, I should say. You know, because it's one of the regular offerings. I knew it would always be there. But man, this stuff is really, really nice. It's getting really close to a desert island soap. I think that may be enough. All right. So yeah, today's the 12th. Got about 2 more weeks left in this place, something like that. Went to go celebrate a friend's birthday on Friday. Yeah, Friday. And I was talking with my listing agent via email that day. You know, I sent him a message asking him, you know, if the pictures were back, because I was really looking forward to seeing how the pictures turned out, you know, for the listing. He was like, yo, you know, they're back. Yeah, he said they were back. So I was like, so could you email it to me? Because I'd like to have a look at them. And he was like, well, you know, don't worry about that, because the listing actually will be up in a few minutes, and I'll just send you that. So he did. And I'm going to be really honest with you. When I got the listing, when I got the email with the listing, I took a look at it, and it really, like, it bummed me right on out. I wasn't really prepared for that. You know, I just figured it, I just figured it wouldn't really bother me at all. It's just something that didn't even cross my mind. But, got a hair came out of this brush. So yeah, that really got to me, you know. I just wasn't really quite prepared for that. So that kind of sucked a lot. So, you know, we were at a Mexican restaurant celebrating his birthday, and we decided, you know, we were going to go to, we were going to go to a bar called 308 afterwards, which is cool because that's one of my favorite bars here in the city. It's like an old school cocktail sort of bar. And this is actually the first time that I've used this razor in a while. I got it back in the mail. I got it actually back in the mail the same day I got my brush back. So hopefully I'll be able to hold on to it for a bit and really familiarize myself with it. This thing is nice, you guys. What's terrible for people that don't have them is that the waiting list on these things is getting pretty long. The guys at Badger and Blade have really started to take started to take notice of these razors, and they're starting to, put themselves on the list for them. And I understand that the list now is the waiting list. July is when people can start expecting their razors. And that kind of sucks for them, but I guess that's what they get for sleeping, I know I was talking with James recently via email, the guy that actually makes these razors, and he was mentioning that he got a new machine, and he's needing to familiarize himself with the machine, but he's got such a backlog of razor orders that he's not able to do that just yet. Excuse me. He's got a backlog, of orders that he needs to fulfill. So he's not going to be able to, familiarize himself with his new CNC machine. But he said, that's a good problem to have. So props to him for being able to look at it like that, Another thing that's very unique about these razors and James, excuse me, is that there's been a couple guys on Badger and Blade that actually say that James is able to work with them on like blade gap for the razors, which is ridiculous. Like, you can get a razor with a custom blade gap. That's dope. So it's like an artisan razor now. Ridiculous. A custom artisan razor. That's so dope. So yeah, getting back to the listing thing, I got the listing via email, and I saw it, and it really bummed me out, because I guess it made it a little bit more real, as if, not that I needed the reminder that, this whole move thing and selling of the place is real, but, damn, I got myself there. It just made it really, really real, and I'm going to be really honest with you, it made me sad as hell. So, we got to the bar, and I was like, yo, I'm going to drink my sadness away, because that's just something I do on occasion, not always, because that would be a problem. So, we got to the bar, and I just started drinking Sazeracs, which is one of my favorite drinks, and actually that's like my go-to drink at excuse me, at a good bar. It's like a couple ounces of rye, preferably rye, a bit of, well, they make them with simple syrup, but you're supposed to use sugar or whatever, but that's okay. And bitters, I don't remember which bitters, I think it's Peychaud's. And then you rinse the glass with absinthe, or you're supposed to rinse the glass with absinthe, but a lot of times, bars will just end up using, wow, I got myself good there. And of course, I don't have my Allen block. Of course, they don't, the bars, they don't have absinthe, because that stuff it can be pricey. So they just use, I don't remember what the other thing that a lot of bars will use. This really bothering me, this thing here. Anyway, so it's a strong drink. I was ordering them 2 at a time, and when I would get them, I would shoot the first one, because it's not a huge drink. It's a small drink, but again, it packs a punch, because pretty much every ingredient in the thing, aside from the simple syrup, has alcohol in it. The bitters have alcohol, the rye definitely has alcohol, the absinthe has alcohol, the bitters have alcohol. So it's a strong drink. I was ordering them 2 at a time, and I was shooting the first one, Those are not the sort of things that you want to shoot. But, you know, I kind of had every intention of getting quite drunk. And I did a good job of it. And I got way, way, way drunker than I anticipated. Or I guess that I had planned. I planned on, you know, getting a nice, you know, getting a nice little level of intoxication. But I actually ended up getting pretty nasty drunk. So, you know, the listing went up and immediately people, you know, wanted to have a look. Because this actually is the only unit for sale in the building right now. Last week, a few of the units made it on the market, but they're all under contract now. So mine is the only one that is not under contract and is up for sale in the building. So I knew I wasn't ever going to have a problem selling this place, but this just made it a little bit easier, and it let me up my asking price a little bit more, or a little bit, I should say. So yeah, I guess that worked out about as decently as it could have, except for the whole being hungover the first full day on the market, because I was getting text messages at like 8 in the morning when I was just feeling like utter death, talking about people, you know, wanted to come in and have a look at the place. So I was, you know, the first couple were for Monday, so I approved those, and then people, you know, started, you know, making requests to have a look at the place, you know, within a couple hours. And I was declining those because I could not leave. When I started getting the messages at like, you know, 7 or 8 in the morning, I actually was kind of still drunk a little bit. That's never a good look, especially when you're as old as I am. But yeah, I was, you know, declining them, and then the realtor is like, yo, you kind of really shouldn't do that, you know, because these are people that are wanting to have a look. So I started rescheduling them, and I had, there was like 2 or 3 showings yesterday. I don't quite remember. And I think that they said that, you know, they contacted my listing agent and they said that they were, you know, going to be considering putting in an offer, which I'm sure they're going to. So yeah, that's the latest on MoveGate 2015. I will say that I did not like that, because all the furniture that's in here is mine. You know, none of this is staging furniture, even though I have the kind of furniture that you do stage a place with. It's actually all my furniture. And as such, I'm using it. I have a filing cabinet next to my desk that has some pretty important stuff, because that's what you keep in a filing cabinet, right? Right. Excuse me. And when I got in yesterday, after, you know, the two, however many showings it was, 2 or 3, the drawer, one of the drawers was open in the filing cabinet, and that did not sit well with me at all, because I know for damn sure that I closed it because I don't want anybody in there. So, yeah, that kind of pissed me off a little bit. Nothing's missing, but still. That kind of makes you want to raise the asking price because somebody did something stupid like that. It's a seller's market, you guys. Leave me alone. Don't hate. So, yeah, that's what's up with that. It just kind of hit me earlier today that I'm really close to having to, you know, pack up shop and get out of here. So I got to start looking at where I'm going to put this furniture, because I'm not going to be able to move into an apartment or a place, I should say, straight away when I get to Knoxville, I'm going to spend a little bit of time in an extended stay hotel because, you know, nothing really is available right now in Knoxville because it's still the school year, and that's where the University of Tennessee is, the Volunteers, with their gigantic football stadium. So yeah, all the students are still there. So I'm gonna start, when I get to Knoxville at the start of May, I'm gonna start, you know, having a real look around, start, you know, talking to more people. Man, this razor is so nice. You know, talking to people, hopefully getting a down payment so I can move into a place. But it's probably going to be sometime in early June, early or mid-June is when stuff will be available, and that's cool because that'll give me a chance to actually get in and get settled in Knoxville without really having to worry about too much, because I don't have to worry about finding a place, moving all my stuff in, etc., etc., etc. So that's a good look. Also, just for the record, I'm not hungover anymore. I actually feel pretty good. I'm having a really good day, actually. I'm in a really nice mood. I think I mentioned before the downtown home tour is today, and what that is, I mean, it's exactly what it sounds. It's a tour of some of the people, you know, the people that live downtown and in the various downtown neighborhoods. You know, they open up their places for like for people just to come through and have a look, you know? Because, as is the case in probably most cities in America, a lot of people don't want to live in the suburbs, which I agree with wholeheartedly. So a lot of people are looking to move back to the city. Some people are looking to move downtown. I don't know how long exactly the downtown home tour has been going on for, like how many years. I've never had a chance to do it. I know there's been a couple times in the past when I had every intention of doing it, but it just didn't work out. Excuse me. This year, no different. So I'm probably gonna end up having to do it when I move, just come back for this weekend and check it out. So it's gonna be good whenever it is that I do get to do it. This is a good blade, you guys. I like this blade a lot. It's very smooth and it is quite sharp. I think right now on the eBay, I think 100 of those Sputnik blades are like $7 or $8. I don't remember how much shipping is, but it wasn't much. And I actually combined it with some Vashgods because I like those blades a lot. And the Vashgods I think were like maybe $9 or $10 for 100. Excuse me. Oh. 1 second, you guys. I don't remember what I was talking about. So I'm going to start talking about those blades. Hopefully that is what I was talking about. It feels about right, but I'm not sure. So yeah. And I'll put the listing in the little additional information slot down there, so that way you guys can have a look at the listing and order if you'd like. Now, the thing that's weird is, you know, these blades, these Moscow blades, these for real Russian blades, not the Gillette blades that are made in Russia, but the blades coming out of Moscow are really cheap right now, and they're good blades. I particularly like Vashgods. But yeah, they're good blades, and they're like, I don't know why they're so cheap right now, and I don't know why they're so cheap, but the Russian Gillettes, they haven't moved in price at all. And of course, nobody is trying to get rid of any Gillette Platinums, the blue ones, for a decent price. Or indecent quantity, I should say. And you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about this for a second. This brush is insane, okay? The density of this thing is ridiculous. The softness is ridiculous. The brush itself is the definition of ridiculous. And give me 1 second, let me do this. All right. So yeah, the brush is ridiculous. And actually, it's got me considering doing skin lathering, be it, you know, the head or the face. Although I'll have to figure out exactly how to do it because, you know, as you guys noticed, I've, you know, explained my theory a few times on how, you know, how I lather, like the order that I take to lather, excuse me. Yeah, the order that I lather, so I kind of would need to do something about that with regard to lathering, you know, directly on the skin instead of in the bowl. Anyway, so yeah, I'm thinking about doing that because that brush is insane in the very best way. And, you know, even though I have a lot of soaps, and I have some good razors, I honestly kind of, it looks like I'm a brush dude, which really isn't any, that's not anything new because I've always liked good brushes. But man, some of these brushes are really something else. And I almost feel like I'm wasting the incredibleness of that brush by not bowl lathering, because let's be honest here, you know, even though I'm just painting the lather, because I'm just painting the lather on, that brush really isn't any more useful or doesn't really do anything more than the Chubby 3 and Best that I have. So yeah. It's like I can get more for my money by, you know, doing that. I don't know. The thoughts of an old man. That's the sort of thing you kids have to look forward to when you grow up. When you grow old, I should say. Again, this blade is ruling. It feels as though it may retain its sharpness. Pretty decently. Because I can actually feel the thing. I can feel these blades degrading in sharpness throughout the course of the shave because, you know, I do shave a lot. And I got some new blades for this one. Don't know if you can tell or not, but this actually is a super professional, whatever. And it's got a little bit more got a bit more blade exposure. And I read somewhere that the angle of the bevel is actually a little bit more acute than the angle for the other blades. I think I just got myself there. So yeah, enough blades talk. First world problem of the day. I was driving around earlier to go pick up my little. And it's a nice day, so I had the roof down. And a bird decided to relieve itself. Actually, no, excuse me, this was yesterday. It was a nice evening yesterday. Very nice evening. It was nice and cool. There's a bit of a breeze. So I put the roof down and I was driving last night. And a bird decided to relieve itself, and it landed on the door sill of the passenger side door. And I was not the least bit happy about that. So that angered me. Yep, I did get myself a little bit there. Yeah, that was bothersome. Preliminary ruling on this blade is that I like it better than the regular feather, you know, these blades, whatever. It just feels like it cuts a little bit better. And maybe that's just because I was rolling that other blade for so long. But this is pretty much done here. I don't know where my aftershave is. It's not here at the sink. So you guys are not going to get to witness me applying the aftershave. It gets sad, I know. Oh, also, the NRA convention was in Nashville this weekend. The NRA is the National Rifle Association. They had their convention here in Nashville this weekend. 70,000 additional bodies were in downtown this weekend. Large convention. There's a new convention center here, and it's substantially larger than the old one. And as a result, they're able to go after bigger conventions. And this was a pretty big one. Well, like I said, it's the biggest one thus far. 70,000 people is who made it. Is how many made it, I should say. And damn, this thing just will not stop. So those blades are sharp. Those feather blades are very, very sharp. Because I felt myself, I mean, I just barely just whatever, and it just whatever. Anyway, so yeah, those people do not make very good pedestrians. They're just walking wherever they want, whenever they want, in front of whoever they want, and it is impossibly annoying. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut this now. I'll see you guys next week. I hope you have a good week. Hope you have a good day. Hope your weekend was good, and I'll see you next time. Bye, you guys. Peace.